Ever get tripped up by English prepositions? Yeah, you are not alone. Well, you're in the right place, because today we're going to crack the code behind three of the trickiest ones out there: in, on, and at. But instead of just memorizing a bunch of boring lists, we're going to find the simple logic behind it all. And we'll start with a classic little puzzle.
So, let's kick things off with this classic question, one that drives people crazy. Why do we say an apple is on the tree, but a bird is in the tree? I mean, they're both up there, right? It seems totally random, but I promise you, by the end of this, the answer is going to feel completely natural.
And here's the thing. This isn't just some random riddle I made up. The clue is hiding right here in our source material. You can see it clear as day. It lists apples, the tree, under the on column, and bird, the tree, right there under in. So there's definitely a rule here. But what is it?
Well, the secret lies in how we mentally picture a location. It all comes down to one simple question. Are we thinking about a specific point, a flat surface, or an enclosed space? Okay, so here's the absolute core of it all. We use at when we're talking about a very specific point, like you're at the counter. We use on when something's on a surface, like a book is on the floor. And we use in when we're talking about something being inside a larger, defined area, like being in the house. Point, surface, space. That's the whole game.
So, let's go back to our big question about the tree. It all makes sense now, right? An apple grows on the surface of a branch. It's literally attached to the outside. But a bird, it isn't part of the tree. It sits inside the three-dimensional space that's created by all the branches and leaves. One is on a surface, the other is in a space. Boom. Puzzle solved.
And check out this other awesome example from our chart to really lock it in. You can go hiking in the mountains. That's a huge, sprawling area. But you can only stand at the top of the mountain. That's one single, specific point. See how that same logic just clicks right into place?
Okay, get ready, because this is where it gets really cool. This exact same idea, point, surface, and space, it doesn't just work for places. It also works perfectly for time. I'm serious. You don't have to learn a whole new set of confusing rules. We can just take the exact same concepts of a point, a surface, and a space and apply them to how we talk about time. It's amazing.
So we use at for those super precise pinpoint moments in time. Think about it. At 6 o'clock, at noon. They're exact moments on the clock. It's basically the time version of being at the front door.
And on, we use that for days and dates. And you can actually picture why. Think of a calendar. Each day is like its own little square, right? Its own surface. So you're on Monday or on June 1st. It's a specific day, but not a hyper-specific clock time.
And finally, there's in. Think of in for big containers of time. You are in the month of January, or in the year 2018, or in the spring. These are all longer periods that contain lots of smaller bits of time like days and hours inside them. Okay, so we've got place, we've got time. What about getting around? Let's see how this kind of logical thinking helps us with another tricky spot, transportation.
The rules here are actually super practical. It's like a little checklist you can run in your head. First, just ask, can I stand up and walk around it? If the answer is yes, like a bus or a plane, you get on it. If it's a smaller vehicle where you just sit, like a car or a taxi, you get in it. And if you're just talking about the general way you travel, you almost always use by.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. Look, our source material makes this crystal clear. Right there. It spells it out. Use on when you can stand or walk inside the vehicle. It's just a simple physical test you can use every single time.
Even a tricky verb like arrive plays by these same basic rules. You arrive in a big enclosed area, like a city. You arrive at a specific point, like a building. And what's really interesting is that for general ideas like home or here, you just drop the preposition altogether.
All right, you've been listening to me talk for a bit. How about we see if this stuff is sinking in? Let's put it to the test with a couple of quick questions straight from our worksheets. Ready? Okay, first up. We can go there, bus. What do you think? Take a second. Are we physically getting on it, or are we just talking about the method of travel? If you said BY, you nailed it, because we're talking about the method of transportation here, not the physical act of being inside it. Awesome job.
Okay, round two. This one's a little bit of a curveball. I am late, school, every day. Which preposition do you think fits there?
The answer is 4. Now, this is a great reminder that while our logic system is awesome and covers most cases, English will always have a few of these little fixed phrases, these word partnerships that you just get to know over time. They keep things interesting.
And that really brings us to the main point of all of this. The crucial takeaway today is to stop trying to memorize endless lists. Start visualizing. Start thinking in terms of point, surface, and space. Once you do that, the rules suddenly start to make a whole lot more sense, no matter if you're talking about a place, a time, or how you travel.
And that leaves us with one final thought. Now that you've seen how just a simple change in perspective can totally unlock the rules for prepositions, what other parts of English, what other rules, might secretly be less about complicated grammar and more about simple, everyday logic? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.